Hi, I'm Adrian Halverstadt, Director of Criminal Justice here at Berkeley College. I invite you to check out our college. Our mission is to equip students in a Bible-centered environment for effective Christian life, service, and leadership. And we have multiple degrees, both at the graduate and undergraduate level, that can help you accomplish this very thing in your life. For those of you who study at our main campus, you'll receive a full tuition scholarship. Should you choose to study online with Berkeley College and earn your degree, there are substantial scholarships available to you as well. But again, I would encourage you to consider vocation in criminal justice. It is the largest employer in the United States, and there are jobs available in the private and public and nonprofit sectors, and perhaps God is calling you to a career in criminal justice. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel, the Justice Center at Dr. Halvey. I'm working through a playlist that I've titled Green Criminology. This is a second video in that playlist. The first video was an overview of what green criminology is and its relationship to cultural awareness. We defined briefly what green criminology is and also what cultural awareness is, and tried to explain how both are needed to effectively understand and respond to environmental harm. I would also throw in another discipline into your consideration when thinking about green criminology. Not only is cultural awareness important, but also victimology is. Understanding green crime today also takes into account those who are victimized through ecological disasters and harm. And so again, looking into victimology would be an important to study as we seek to understand green criminology and how to bring about eco-justice in our world today. In this second video, my aim is to drill down deeper in understanding what green criminology is and give some specific examples of environmental harm that's caused by local cultural activities. If you viewed that first video, you will remember most likely that some environmental harm is caused as a result of indigenous or local cultural practices. And the sensitivity of that makes it more difficult to deal with changing up the things that harm the environment. And special care is given. And I want to again delve in deeper in understanding what some of those particular environmental harms would be that's caused by local cultural activities or indigenous practices. But first, understanding what green criminology is. It's a subfield of criminology, the fastest growing subfield, I might say, focusing on environmental harm and crime. It includes a wide range of criminal activities that impact the environment. Some of those are illegal dumping and waste disposal. This involves improperly disposing of hazardous waste, including chemicals, batteries, electronics, and medical waste. It also includes illegal wildlife trade. This involves illegal poaching, hunting, and trading of protected or endangered species, as well as the destruction of their habitats. Illegal fishing would be another area. This involves overfishing certain species, illegal fishing in protected areas, and the use of prohibited fishing methods in the world today. Pollution. This includes air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution caused by industrial and agricultural practices, transportation, and waste disposal. Deforestation would be another, which involves destroying forests and other natural habitats, often to expand agricultural land or to build industry or infrastructures. Climate crimes. Well, this is probably the most controversial part of understanding this particular subject. These include the intentional and deliberate action that contribute to climate change, such as the burning of fossil fuels, deforestation, and release of greenhouse gases. Again, this is highly misunderstood, and the science is all over the place on this particular subject of climate crimes and climate change. And I would encourage you, as critical thinkers and as scholars, to look at the science and make your own decision on the reality of climate change and what would represent climate crimes today that need to be addressed. Then there's environmental racism, which refers to the disproportionate impact of environmental degradation and pollution on marginalized communities. This is often due to systematic inequalities and discrimination. Green criminology focuses on the victims of environmental crimes, including individuals, communities, animals, and the environment itself. It also examines the impact of environmental crimes on public health, the economy, and the sustainable use of our natural resources. One of the main goals of green criminology is to promote greater awareness of environmental harm and crime, and to advocate for policies and practices that would reduce their occurrence. It may include enforcement of environmental laws, significant investment in sustainable development, and improved education and awareness efforts to bring about change. Overall, green criminologists study environmental crimes, what the root causes of them are, and the motivations that are caused through social, economic, and political factors. As I mentioned previously, some environmental harm occurs as a result of indigenous or local cultural practices. Here are some examples of environmental harm caused by local cultural activities for your consideration. It's important to note that cultural activities are not intended to harm the environment. Nonetheless, some cultural practices or behaviors can have negative environmental impact, and some need to be addressed. Here are some specific examples. 1, traditional hunting and fishing. In some cultures, hunting and fishing are practices often carried out for multiple generations. However, if these practices are not regulated, or if they target endangered species, then they contribute to the decline of animal populations and harm to the local ecosystem. Agriculture. Traditional agricultural practices such as slash and burn agriculture can lead to deforestation and soil degradation, which can have a negative impact on the environment. Resource extraction. In some cultures, traditional practices involve extracting natural resources such as timber, minerals, or oils. If these practices are not carried out in a sustainable manner, they can lead to environmental degradation and harm to local communities. Traditional medicine. Some cultures use plants and animals for traditional medicine, which can lead to an over-harvesting of certain species and harm biodiversity. Waste disposal. Some cultures have traditional practices for waste disposal, such as burning of trash or dumping waste into waterways. These practices can contribute to pollution and harm local ecosystems. It should be noted that these examples are not unique to any one culture and can be found in many societies and regions around the world. We must approach these issues with cultural sensitivity and find solutions that respect the local cultures while protecting the environment.